Well, if the wind generator's got anything to say about it, it says that it's doing about 8 to 10 knots. So we're going to leave. We've got about 300 miles to go. We're going to go across the Gulf of Carpentaria and end up in Weipa.
And just like that, we said goodbye to the Northern Territory and headed east for Weipa in Queensland.
We've got our bushwalking bag out, not because we're going bushwalking, but because in here is a PLB. What's a PLB? A PLB is a portable locator beacon, or an EPIRB, okay? Little portable EPIRB. We've also got a inflating life jacket, and that's got a built-in harness to it. So what's going to happen is anyone, whenever one of us is asleep or inside and not out there watching, whoever's on watch is going to be, once I untangle this, they're going to be clipped onto the yacht so they don't go overboard. If they do go overboard, then I want an EPIRB strapped to that life jacket. Alright, and if you end up in the water and this goes off and you're floating there, especially in the tropics, it's a big biteies, you want this EPIRB right next to you and you want it going off. So I guess the first thing that we should do before we strap it on, give it a test. Yep.
Did it flash?
Yep, works. So I've tested it, the battery's all good, it's running well, it's in date. Okay, I have had, I've just made sure that the battery's in date, everything's tested. We do have a larger EPIRB for the boat, so this is our secondary one. So this is going onto the harness, onto the life jacket, and anyone that's out there tonight, Pascal.
I'm safe, Mum, see?
As safe as she could be with this lunatic on the high seas.
I've been on my watch for about 3 hours now and it's been really magic. We've had the spinnaker up most of the night and all of the morning that I started my watch. We're not going very fast, we're going like 2.5, 3 knots. There's barely any wind, there'd be like 8 knots of wind or something. And we're just ghosting along, like walking pace, crossing the Gulf. The sun's been reflecting off the water and onto the windows of the boat. It's just so beautiful. And the spinnaker has got this amazing pinky colour to it. It's really beautiful. I'm very, very grateful that we're having a crossing over a gulf and we're not getting flogged. We're not going head to weather. We don't have big seas and we don't have big swells. It's so awesome. So cool. Morning.
Morning, baby. Feels like I was awake till 3 o'clock.
might untie that lazy rope just because it keeps just dangling in the sea, and we're never gonna jibe this thing. So I'll get you to switch off the camera because I've got no pants on.
Okay. Pretty much windless right now, and we're heave to. Oh, we're just floating, aren't we, Dal?
Oh, heave to. We got the sail up and it's pointing to the wind.
Okay, and we're gonna go for a swim. Troy's even gonna check the prop, see if we need to give it a little bit of a clean.
Because I'm just a workaholic.
He is a workaholic. And I'll probably just chuck a mask on and make sure that no sharks sneak up on him.
It doesn't take long to get a shark come up off the bottom. Give us that scraper and we'll see if he comes back.
Okay. Here you go.
Usually after a bit of scraping on metal, any shark that's around will come back up and investigate, but he's been pretty boring, so... No, I'll jump on in, put the camera down, come on.
There's sweets down there. There's lots. Holy shit. I'm gonna get the camera.
The spear. The head spear.
They just came all of a sudden.
Yeah, they love that fucking scrape, eh?
I was like, they're gone, and then whoa, there's like 20 of them. The spear's got the thing on it, eh? It's got the cap on it. Ow. Had a pretty ordinary occurrence in the Gulf of Carpentaria. Did you do this last time you were here?
Well, it's a lot better if you got someone keeping an eye on your back.
Yeah,
while
because
you're scraping.
The first one before the school came really came fast at us, and then.
Well, the thing is like you'll be working away, oh no shark, then you turn around and there's 30.
Yeah, they just came out of the blue.
Literally out of the blue.
But it's so cool because I've never seen water that clear before.
And that many sharks.
Yeah, and that many sharks in a school like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's quite cool. If we were in there and a big bully or a big tiger shark showed up,
yeah,
then we'd have to be a bit more cautious, you know. Yeah. But those little sharks are fine.
How big were they? Like 5 foot or something?
There was a couple of 6.5 footers there.
Yeah. So they were like my size and your size. But they seemed smaller, but I guess they were just a bit they must have been further away than I thought because the water's so clear.
Yeah, there was that little one that came right up. He was only a 4 footer.
Yeah.
It's only just a babby.
That's why I was cocky.
They cause so much trouble, little sharks.
Yeah.
The big old ones are like, ooh, and they stand off, but the little ones are just like, oh, what's that?
Maybe there's something near it or that I can...
Yeah, but then they get in close and then they take off. They're all excited and everything's just like, ooh, what just happened? And then next thing you know, all the big ones are excited and it just goes to hell.
Well, that didn't happen.
No,
because we just had the spear pointed at them. Yeah. And if they came too close, you just stare them down and start swimming towards them with the spear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look like you belong there and look like you're hungry.
How deep is it here?
52 metres.
52 metres.
And so you can make out a bit of colour on the bottom. But...
It's pretty good visibility. I've never seen visibility like this before, coming from WA.
Well, we're going to be doing more of that in Queensland, and we'll have our underwater camera again.
Yay.
Well, fun with sharks aside, Pascal. We'll probably get another couple of knots out of that because that propeller had a lot of barnacles on it.
Yeah, right.
So we'll, and that's why the sharks got excited. There was just a nice trail of stuff going down. But no, we'll do really well. So we'll check that out. We got the midday doldrums, and hopefully we'll get some afternoon breeze. I'll see. You know, it's just.
At least we're a bit cooler now.
Yeah.
And the boat's going to go faster, hopefully. shark to me.
Ooh, it is a big tigger, or a little tigger.
It's big, isn't it?
Pasky got a marlin. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Oh, it's hooked in there. That's where it gets hooked, is it?
No wonder it ran like fucking crazy.
Oh my god, I caught a marlin.
Keep pulling it up. Pull it up.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's not a marlin, it's a sailfish.
A sailfish.
Oh. It didn't take to the air though, did it?
No.
Alright, we're gonna have to try and release this.
Yeah. What's that sticking out of its gill?
Still?
Yeah, it's recording now. Goodbye, sailfish. Wow.
So, what do you think about that, Pasky? Is that...
First sailfish.
We'd actually prefer a mackerel, that's the sort of fisherman we are.
Yeah, or tuna.
And naked fishing seems to be working out, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right. Oh,
Just a general naked Gulf crossing, it is.
it is, isn't it? It's that kind of weather. Well, I've been outfished by Pascal yet again. So there you go. Good work. Here we've got Pascal. She's nicked the dishwashing detergent because, if you didn't know, it lathers in salt water.
Yep, and it gets rid of all that grease.
So what's going to happen is, first off, do the first clean with salt water, and then we've got a bit of fresh there, Pascal.
Yeah, we had the water maker running during the morning because we've had to motor because there's no wind in the Gulf at the moment.
Yeah. Oh well, there's always swings and roundabouts, isn't
It's
it?
the added benefit. Get to have a fresh water wash.
I think that second round with that morning fresh will lather a lot more.
Okay, so rinse it out and morning fresh again.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
So this second run looks a lot more successful, Pascal.
Yeah, I think we got rid of that first sort of grease, and this is better. After this one, I can my hair fresh water rinse and then use normal shampoo.
Yes.
And so I'm going to smell delicious.
You are going to smell absolutely fantastic, unlike me.
This is one of the reasons why we got a water maker on rural, so I can wash my hair.
Spoiled, she is. They've got the old cut-off bottle. With sailing, you come to appreciate the little things.
And it's good to remove all the hair out in the cockpit so it doesn't end up inside the inside the boat.
That's how we celebrate catching sailfish around here.
Hair washing.
Showers.
It's awesome that we caught that sailfish. That was cool, but we really want food. I'm going to make a dal this afternoon because we've run out of meat.
Yeah, we just ate the last of the fish just then.
Yeah.
Not too many mackerel around here, there's no structure, so we're just hoping for a tuna. A tuna would be good. Not a sailfish, not a marlin. No game fish.
Is it a tuna?
It's a tuna.
It's a tuna?
Tuna.
Oh, yes. That is great news. Sashimi for dinner. As long as the shark doesn't come.
Yeah, well that's, I haven't backed off any revs at all, just pull it out of the,
Yeah.
Not a bad fish.
What is it? Yeah.
when you do get a tuna on board, no matter what you do, quite a bit of blood comes out of them. They're a fast moving fish, they need a lot of oxygen to their tissues. They've got a very high blood volume and you want to get that out. When I put the gap into it, a lot of blood just streamed out of that tuna, so I've obviously hit something vital. Normally when you open up this side and in there, an enormous amount of blood will come out of that tuna really, really quickly. You want to cut down through the membrane that joins to the gill there. Okay, so we've cut there. This line here behind the fin, a shallow cut. It only needs to be less than 1 inch deep through there on both sides and a slice at the tail. All right, then you can omit this one. But that one is very important, and cutting on the throat as well. When I brought the fish on board, I scraped its head, and there you can actually see a larger white patch. That's where the brain is, all right, through there. Most fish you can't scrape it and see it, but with tuna you can. So that will give you an instant kill on a tuna, and that means the fish is not suffering any more than it has to. If you've never seen a tuna before, these things rely on really high speed and they are voracious, all right? So this fish wanted to eat that lure. It's a Halco Laser Pro, and it's in that colour scheme. For if you're interested, that seems to work in the Gulf, doesn't it, Pasky? Catches sailfish and our tuna. Really large eye, okay, so they're a sight predator. This fish, when it decided that it was going to take this other thing on, there's no cutting teeth in here, okay? Tuna just have grabbing teeth. Ooh, that's what they're eating.
Sardines.
They look a little bit like little miniature trevally sort of things.
Oh yeah?
They're not sardines.
Okay.
I'm not sure what they are. So that's what that fish has been eating, but it decided that that would do just as well. So no teeth in there, that was going to swallow that whole. Because they rely on speed, if you look here, built into the fish is a perfect recess that the fin can go down into, leaving that perfectly smooth. Likewise, these little ventral fins, they also fit down into their very own. There's a little groove in there, so when the fish puts them away, that is perfectly smooth and tucked away also. And here you can't see it at the moment because there's a groove here, but if we look,
look at that.
That just slots down perfectly into an actual slot in the body. That is gone. These fins are fixed, but then you have these other little fins that can just adjust side to side, just like that. And the speeds that these fish swim at, that is enough for precision control. So when they swim, they stop and they'll glide. They'll swim up and then down, up and then down. So during their glide pattern, they can make minute adjustments with this, as well as sticking that out. And look, the angle gives it lift like an aerofoil. So these things are amazing. They're delicious, but they're amazing. So, long-tailed tuna. Before I process this tuna, or really any pelagic fish, I've got this scabby old deck broom, and I do like to just clean off as much of the slime as I can, and then I'll clean this and give it a bit of a bleaching afterwards. But that will make handling the fish a lot easier for you if you do have just a bit of a scrubbing brush there. Because all fish have a type of slime which is antibacterial, anti-biological, stops them, it's their anti-foul if you like, but it also helps them slip through the water. So it's their first line of defence. Reef fish have it thicker than these ones, but all fish have it, so it is kind of handy to be able to give them a wash down. I think, Pascal, that this is going to be delicious and very welcome.
Yes, definitely.
So that's us for fishing now. I think this should be enough fish to see us through to Weipa.
Yeah.
We've only got another day and a half, I guess. No time to stop around here.
It's just a little bit hot right now.
It's got to be 100% humidity.
You just walk around and you're like dripping with sweat.
not even a breath of breeze. It's
Evil weather.
unreal. This is what used to kill the old mariners, hey? Get stuck in the doldrums for weeks, throw all the horses overboard. Luckily it's only me and Pascal. I can't throw her overboard.
We find that long-tailed tuna is at its best after it has rested in the fridge for at least 12 hours.
What's that noise?
That's the noise of silence.
Such a relief. Three knots we are.
3 knots. This is where that the wind vane modification paid off.
Yeah.
Because there's no way a wind vane would operate now because I can only just feel the breeze. Ooh, that's a nice little breeze.
I can feel that.
Yeah. Probably picked up the 3.5 then.
Yep. Bingo. Bada bing.
Bada bing.
Spinnaker's getting the pink colour again because it's sunset.
We just want to keep our fingers crossed that this isn't just
The sunset breeze, the sea breeze.
yeah. We're a bit far out for this to be a true sea breeze, but yeah, as the sun falls we get that shift each day. And we think, yes, we're going to sail through the night. But we should be getting wind now, at the end of Wednesday. There's supposed to be lower winds, not no winds, lower winds. We're supposed to be picking some up now, and then over the next few days an easterly shift. So we should just slip into Weipa just in the nick of time.
It's our 4th day and we've got the motor on again. There's no wind. Unless we've got tuna in the fridge and making sushi for breakfast.
In these sushi rolls there's tuna, Kewpie mayonnaise, wasabi and a sprinkling of sesame seeds, and of course sushi rice, mixed with vinegar and sugar to give it a delicious flavour.
I just wanted to increase to about 8 knots and just go a little more to the north and then we can use it. We haven't had any wind this trip. We sailed out into a doldrum, didn't we? It's like a great big eddy of nothingness. I just want to go sailing.
It's not much to ask.
It's not much to ask. I hate motoring. Maybe if I loved motoring more, we'd get more sailing. I'll try that.
Love this.
Boy, I sure do love motoring.
You got your wind.
Tropical sailing. 0 to 20 knots. In 15 seconds.
Yep. Quickly put a reef in.
Popped a reef in. Our baggy wrinkle, our chafe protection on the stays that people keep asking about, they're working really well. They're keeping the battens off the stays, so they won't erode our sails. I had to change the sensitivity of the autopilot, so it's able to handle it a bit better now. But we're back. What are we doing? 5.5 knots now, so that's getting into Weipa at 2 o'clock.
Nice.
Well, we'll see. This wind is associated with all of this weather
Storm
out
system,
here.
yeah.
So
But it's the northwesters we were hoping for. Or not, is it more of a...
It's a straight northerly.
Northerly, right.
Yeah, straight northerly.
Straight northerly.
Bit of a localised low pressure system just over there. Winds coming in. It's all good. Ease this a little. So catch a bit of wind on the side. Ooh, ease.
The steering working?
The steering's working, but what happens with an electronic autopilot, it averages all of the corrections either way and then slowly reduces the error until it's steering. So in a very rudimentary sense it learns. So when you're doing something like this, as soon as you make a bit of a change to the balance of the boat, the autopilot goes, what? So it has to relearn again. See how it's settled in now?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that's what it's doing in its little basic brain. It's adding up all of the corrections, taking the average and trying to find that medium path. Put the footer. Well, as often the case with sailing in the tropics, things change fast. So that sprang upon us pretty quickly, and it was a lot of fun surfing before it. But now that wind is shifting, it's gone to the north, so it's directly abeam of us. So we've had to pack all that away. I guess we ran with it for about 45 minutes, almost an hour, but now it's just straight abeam. So we're just doing a beam run into Weipa, and it looks like we've only got about 2 hours to go.
Yep.
That's to the outside of the leads. Because Weipa's a pretty major port, so there is shipping leads to go through there. So we're not actually going to get to an anchorage in 2 hours. There's still a bit of time to go. They're very long leads actually. But that's a great opportunity to catch some more fish just before we go on land. Okay, so with this greenish cast in the water, visibility's down a bit here. So I've actually pulled the lure in about 3/4 of a boat length. It's just a bit over 8 metres out the back. A lot of yachties that I see fishing and they have poor results. One of the things is I put it down to is they've got it so far away from the boat they think that fish are scared of the boat. That is not the case. If you're sailing, particularly if you're sailing in particular with no motor running, fish will come up and check it out. If you ever see whales or whale sharks or something big in the water, they're usually surrounded by fish. So if you are trolling out there and you'd like to experiment a bit, try getting that lure a bit closer to the boat, because trust me, fish will see a dark shape, they'll go, what's that? Go and have a look. Oh yeah, it's just a whatever, whether they're interested or not. But then your lure will come immediately after and they'll hit that thing. So one of my commercial mates on mackerel, he was always 2 metres down, 8 metres back. That was his sort of thing. Everyone's a bit different, but he was relatively successful.
So are we.
We're pretty successful, aren't we? I don't think we go too many miles without getting something, Pascal. Which is good. have you eaten freeze roll Pacific?
No.
Whilst we didn't get the mackerel we were hoping for, we were pretty excited to get this beautiful skipjack tuna.
So you can see this tuna's really red.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really, really red tuna. A lot of people don't like this, but when it's cooked, it'll be quite firm and it'll go pale, like chicken. Pale de la mar. We'll give it a go. I've got all the blood out of it. We'll have a go. We'll have a go at sashimi. It's still quite warm, but once it's chilled, I don't know, it might be acceptable. We'll see how we go, Pasky.
Yep. Challenge.
The fish cleaning challenge. Can you fillet a tuna while you're doing 7 knots in a cross sea?
That's why I'm filming. I'm in awe.
It was amazing to see ships after having spent 4 days in the Gulf not seeing a single boat. Arriving at the leads in Weipa, we had to be very careful because there wasn't much distance between the shoreline and the lead marker, and there was a large ship exiting the port. I'm always amazed at how impressively big these ships are up close.
Well, we've made it to Weipa. This is my first time in Queensland. Yeah, my first stop in Queensland. So we're here. It's steamy and cloudy, but we had some great wind coming in, which you would have seen, so that was awesome.
And your first fish in Queensland waters was a sailfish.
Yep, pretty epic. So we're going to put the anchor down soon. We can see our anchorage just ahead. There's a few yachts there and a few fishing boats, so it looks good. And I know this is a ramble, but anyway. Can't even remember what I was going to say. We're definitely going to sleep well tonight, aren't we, Dale?
There's some good coconuts there.
We need a new pair of binos. It's busted. Look, we have to look through one hole.
It's like a...
Give them some money on PayPal so we can get a new pair of binoculars. Please.
The poor man's sextant.
Yeah.
I'm taking land shots.
We're doing sightings with busted binos. We need your help. Please. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the crossing. I'm going to stop rambling now, and we'll see you in Weipa. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button because it makes it more likely that YouTube will suggest our video to a broader audience. Also, we'd love to hear your feedback, so head over to the comments and drop us a line.